Hey, welcome to another video of cars in Augusta County, Virginia that you can find right up here on the Vet Guys YouTube site. So today we're going to interview the owner of this beautiful, this absolutely gorgeous 1969 Corvette here in back of me, and that owner would be Guy Wright. So I'm going to invite him on in here. Guy, come on in here. And proud owner of a 1969 Corvette.
I am.
Well, this is, Corvettes come in, what, 7 different generations? I believe there's an 8th generation coming out now, the C8. And this one is what generation?
This is the 3rd generation.
3rd generation. 1969.
1969. The first year of the C3 was 1968.
Okay, all right. So, and the C3 generation, Guy, just educate me here and educate our folks out there. The C3 generation went from what to what?
1983.
83? All the way through 68 to 83?
Was it 82, but 83 they didn't have a C3.
They didn't make Corvettes
they didn't,
in
they did not make
1983.
yes,
That's right. I don't know if you knew that or not, but they did not make Corvettes in 1983. So here we have a 1969 Corvette, and we're going to be talking to Guy Wright about it here. And again, we are in beautiful Augusta County, Virginia, the home of a lot of nice classic cars, where each week, each video, we're going to be showcasing another car from this area. And lots of them, and we've got a lot in store for you. But again, today, 1969 Corvette. Guy, tell us, what was your interest in cars? How did you, and then we'll get to how you finally got this car.
Well, hey, we all grew up in a time where cars were kind of our interest as little kids.
Absolutely.
Maybe not so much now, but when I was a kid, my dad always had cars. Of course, we always had cars in the family, and I just like cars.
But I think there's a good chance, Guy, your dad never had a Corvette in the driveway, did he?
And neither did I think I would ever own one either.
But now that we get a little bit, I hate to use the word older, how about a little more experience?
Yeah, exactly.
A little more mature. We get to the point where we have the means, we have the resources to be able to maybe treat ourselves to such a thing like this. And so you are treating yourself to this 1969 Corvette. Is it, okay, at some point in time you had to say, I think I'm going to buy myself a nice car. So what was that one car that you wanted?
When I was a kid, of course, I had a 1966 GTO that I bought new right off the showroom floor. That was my car. I loved it. Got married in 1970. Had a Camaro then, a 70 and a half Camaro. Again, another 4-speed car. Loved those. Kids came along. After that, everything was 4 doors, automatic transmission. And I just got away from the nice classic cars, let's put it like that.
Was there a van in there somewhere too?
Well, not really, but there were station wagons.
Yeah, nice station wagon. Our generation's version of the SUV.
Yes,
right?
we have pre-SUVs.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so now kids are gone out of the house.
Kids are gone.
Right. You're retired from years and years of work. You want to buy a car. What, you want to go back to a Camaro, go back to a GTO?
I wanted to, really did. I wanted another GTO. I was addicted to watching these online auctions. Bear Jackson make them.
Right. Okay.
My wife laughs at me. I watch the replays of them and things like, and I really got hooked on them again.
Right.
And I really started looking for a 1966 or even a 65 GTO, but never really could find one.
Okay. All right. So you're looking for a GTO, but obviously you end up somehow with a beautiful 69 Corvette, and that was okay. I mean, does this play second fiddle to the GTO, or I mean, GTOs are nice cars, granted. I mean, if you have one out there, you got a beautiful car. But what about how did you, since you couldn't find a GTO, then you went to Plan B?
I went to Plan B. And I'll tell you what really started Plan B. I was watching a Mecum auction.
Oh, there we go.
And they had another one of these collectors that was selling his collection. And they had him up there in the studio, in the box. And they asked him, I said, now, if you could give a new collector just one little piece of advice, what would you do? And he said, well, what you really need to think about is the next generation. What do they want to collect? Because sooner or later, you're going to have to sell your car. What do they want to collect? And then he started to mention Mustangs. Every kid now knows a Mustang.
Sure.
Corvettes. Every kid now knows a Corvette. I don't think they know a 442 Oldsmobile or a GTO. So that's why.
Right. Now, we might, but like
Yeah,
you said,
exactly.
but the next generation probably doesn't.
Right.
And even people like us aren't thinking Ford Fairmont or nothing like that
No,
either, you know.
no, exactly.
So we're thinking something exotic. So now you're thinking Corvette. Price range. Did you think, well, the price is just going to be too much for me?
Well, in watching Mecum auctions, and like I said, I did all my homework. I knew what my budget was when
Right.
I started looking for one.
Okay. All right. So you're looking online, you're looking in newspapers, you're
Looking online.
okay, and you found this car. Now we are here in Augusta County, Virginia. We are in the Shenandoah Valley, one of the most beautiful parts in the whole United States of America. And you found your car, what, locally around here?
Well, I did. First of all, I found really one that I liked in Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
Of course, how am I going to get down to Nashville? I guess I could drive down there or fly, but that's a lot of expense. I could have had a mechanic, local mechanic, do the legwork for me, do a little look-see of the car, see if
Right.
it's worth the money, things like that. I kept looking, and I found this particular car, as you see, the way it is in Lynchburg, Virginia, which is only 60 miles away.
Okay. All right. Lynchburg, Virginia. So you find this car. It's certainly something where you can travel and get there.
Exactly.
Look at it, check it out yourself, take it for a test drive, and see if you like it or not. So obviously, it was tempting enough because the price was something you were okay with.
It was within my budget.
Okay.
To the start, it wasn't, but after a little bit of negotiation, it was.
Okay.
But with the theory that once I got down there, if I didn't like it, nothing is binding.
Well, sure. And you're only 60 miles away from
Exactly,
home.
yeah.
You put your car and drive, and you come on back home.
Yes.
And you start looking back on the internet again. But you found this. What was it, Guy? Because this is going to be important about any car lovers out there. What is it about this car that really caught your attention that you said, I think I got to have this thing?
Well, first of all, I wanted a convertible.
Okay.
We got a convertible.
Right.
Next thing, I was not going to have a car that wasn't standard transmission, Muncie 4-speed.
Okay.
It's got the 4-speed.
Okay.
And I kept going down the checklist. It's got a small block. It's got a 350 cubic inch, 350 horse motor. It's got side pipes. There are a lot of little things with the rally wheels rather than the hubcaps. Everything that I really wanted on a 69 Corvette, this had it, except for the color. I did not particularly like a white car.
Okay. All
But-
right. What would have been your color of preference?
My color preference probably would have been a blue,
Okay.
or red, or a black.
Okay. All right. Well, you ended up with a white one, and Guy, I'm going to say this, as you would probably agree, this is a beautiful car. I love the white color on this car. It kind of stands out. And when it's clean, man, does it look good.
Yes,
There's
it does.
no doubt about that. So you were particular, 4-speed for sure, small block.
Yes.
You don't want to go 427.
I didn't want a big block because I didn't want the added weight over top the front of the car. They're worth a lot more. I would have had to pay a lot more.
Okay.
I
All
just
right.
want the small block.
Okay. And this car fit that bill.
It did.
And
did.
it had the convertible top, which
Yes.
you now have down on this. And by the way, in case you're wondering, it is the day after Christmas of 2019, December the 26th. And here we are in Augusta County. It should be like 15 degrees out, and it's close to 70. So we have the top down on this car. We're going to go for a
And
drive.
that's why
here in a
we're
little
doing
bit.
this today.
And that's why we're doing this today. That's right, because we can do this. So rally wheels, real quick. Red.
Red line tires, yes.
Okay, we call them tiger paws. Is that still kind of what they're called?
Well, they are. They're basically right now called just plain red line tires. This car came originally with the red lines. It doesn't have the bias plies that would have been on it.
Oh,
But
okay.
These are BF Goodrich silver tone radial tires. It's a little upgrade, but they still look very, very period.
Okay, all right, because we have better technology here.
Exactly.
50 years later.
Yes.
So we have the technology to do this, so why not do that kind of an upgrade with the tires? So, okay, we got a convertible, we have a 4-speed, we have the rally wheels, tiger paw tires, beautiful. I love the side pipes.
Well, that's one thing that I love too.
So you just love the sound of those sound pipes. You know, when you're standing, you know, you just feel this rumbling. There's just a thing about owning a Corvette. It's the feeling that you got sitting inside it, and you know, my goodness, I am sitting in a Corvette, especially when you got the side pipes, and that just makes it all that much cooler.
Exactly.
So,
And in a C3 Corvette, there was only 1 year that it was an option, and it's 1969.
so you're telling me all those other years, from 68 to 82, you could not get side pipes
You could not get side pipes
as an option
as
from
an
the factory.
option. You could only get side pipes in 65, 66, 67, and then 69. Why they
Interesting.
skipped 68, I don't know.
Interesting, interesting. So go look that up, try to find out why they did that. Curious. This thing rolled off the showroom floor either late 68, early 69.
September 14th, 1968. is when-
September 14th.
Yes.
So
It's
you
one
have
of
the
the
paperwork
early ones.
proving this.
Well, with the VIN tag, it's 1058. This is the 1058th Corvette to roll off the assembly line for the 1969 model year.
Okay, so let's turn back the hands of time here a little bit. Let's go back 50 years. Guy, if this thing come out and was sitting in a showroom at some dealership somewhere, and you probably know exactly where that was, and we'll talk
I
about
do.
that here in a second, what would the sticker price at the bottom of this thing be for what you see here?
$5,800.
I could have had this car for $5,800.
Back then, yes. Which is a lot of money back in 1968, 69.
It was. You know, you're probably sitting out there thinking, "Gee, $5,800. You know, I could, you know, earn that in a couple of weeks." Well, we're talking 50 years ago. $5,800. You just didn't come across $5,800.
Not easily.
Yeah, there's a big difference between buying a muscle car or some other nice car for $3,000, $3,500, $4,000, and putting another $1,800 into getting something like this. And that was the difference between what car a person was going to buy and which one they were not going to buy. So for $5,800, I guarantee when you bought this in Lynchburg, Virginia, when did you buy it?
No, I brought this home March the 17th, 2017.
Okay, you've almost had it 2 years then.
Well, two and a half years.
Okay, I bet you didn't spend $5,800 for it in Lynchburg, now did you?
No, not really. It's a multiple of something.
Yeah, a little more than that, because we know the prices of cars go up. So what we're going to do here now, we're going to take a little pause. We've learned a little bit about the car, a little bit about the background, how Guy Wright, our friend here in Augusta County, Virginia, got this car. We're going to do a little bit of a walk around right now, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay, we are back, and we are here with Guy Wright in his 1969 Corvette. We're going to do a little bit of walk around, Guy.
Sure.
So tell us here a little bit about the car. I'm kind of going to start kind of here up front, and we talked about the side pipes. We see the side pipes down there, and they look beautiful. I love side pipes, and of course we have the wheels, rally wheels is what you said.
Wheels.
Is what they're called.
And this was standard equipment on a Corvette.
Okay, beautiful.
You can check the box and pay a little bit more money. It might have been $30, $40 for hubcaps. I think that they really ruined the look of a Corvette. I love the rally.
Are you telling me that hubcaps were more than the rally wheels, which were standard?
Yes, this was standard equipment right here.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. Well, I would have opted for the rally wheels too. I want to kind of turn around here a little bit and kind of get a picture of the inside of this car.
Yes.
Okay. You got your 4-speed there, and any upgrades or changes from kind of what we see here in the car right now, guy?
Well, I do. You know, there's a aftermarket radio in here. I've kind of upgraded. It's a digital radio.
Okay.
Got a really nice stereo system in it. The car looks original from the outside. There are some upgrades once you get inside.
Right. Okay. I think that's just par for the course, though, right? I mean,
Sure.
Come on. After all, here we are in 2019. Did it even come with an FM radio? I mean,
Well, it was an option, yes. You could have gotten one, a push-button FM, AM/FM radio. I don't know how popular they were because there weren't that many FM stations then.
that's right. That's right. So going to kind of walk around here to the back end of this. I love the back end of these Corvettes. They're just so beautiful. And going to kind of walk around this side. Now, you had said earlier, Guy, that there's a little story behind this little piece of equipment right here.
Well, yeah, exactly.
This side mirror. Well, tell us about that.
Well, it originally did not come with the side mirror.
Okay.
passenger side view mirrors were a dealer installed option. This car didn't have it. I'm so used to having a side view mirror on the driver's side and passenger side. I was lost when I got into this thing and drove it home. I was in Lynchburg, Virginia. I hadn't even gotten out of Lynchburg when I cut a lady off. And it could have been catastrophe for me. To have the car 15 minutes and put it in the shop. So one of the first thing I did when I got home, I went to our local body shop repairman and I said, hey, I want a passenger side view mirror.
And that was a pretty easy option, accessory to put on?
They installed it for me. I really did not want to drill into fiberglass.
Sure. Well, let the professionals do sometimes,
exactly.
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. All right. Well, I'm going to kind of move up here. Guy, can you pop the hood for me?
Sure.
I'd like to take a look at this 350 cubic inch engine that you have here. I'm going to kind of go around to the other side so the sun's at my back. Look at this thing a little bit. And you stay right there and you can kind of tell me all about it. So, okay, 350. Original engine in here, guy?
This is the original engine that came here. If you ever want to check on that, there's a engine pad right here. Part of the VIN is stamped right on the engine pad.
Okay.
So, if you ever want to check to see if the original motor came with this car or any other car, check it.
All right. Accessories that we would think about today. Power steering, power brakes, what do you got?
I have power steering. I don't have power brakes.
Okay.
Another story.
All right.
The fellow that I bought this from said, listen, we got power steering, we got power brakes. We do not have power brakes, rather. He said, you got to watch that. I said, hey, I've driven cars without power brakes before. I finally got my opportunity to drive the car, and we're in his little neighborhood. The very first the very first stop sign that we came through, I went right on through it because I wasn't used to the power brakes or the lack of power brakes thereof.
So
I learned that real fast.
So you're probably learning that
On the go,
and your leg muscles are getting a workout now.
Yes.
A little bit more than what that they do on our newer cars.
Right.
Okay, so you do have power steering, no power brakes, air conditioning.
It came with air conditioning. I do not have the compressor on it right now. I've got the compressor inside. It's a convertible. In the summertime, I always have the top down.
Right.
I don't need air conditioning.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have that philosophy, and that's fine. So no air conditioning. Let's see. Everything else looks pretty stock underneath here.
Well, it's got a high performance radiator, aluminum radiator. It never ever gets hot.
Okay. All right.
Electronic ignition. It's got a 100 amp alternator, and that's basically it for underneath the hood.
Okay. All right. And this baby is generating how much horsepower, Guy?
Well, it's 350 horse. There might be a little more. It's got an Edelbrock top end kit on it. It's got an Edelbrock carburetor intake and some cam work.
All right. All right. Nice. Well, we've seen a little bit of the interior, the exterior. We've looked under the hood. Guy, take me for a ride, would you?
Well, I'd love to.
All right, so we're back here again with our friend Guy Wright and his 1969 Chevrolet. And Guy, you got this baby idling right here.
Yeah.
And we're about ready to get in, open those doors, get on in, and take ourselves for a ride. Sounds great. I just have to get up close to these side pipes. Yeah, let's blow some of the carbon out of these pipes. Let's see what this 350 will do. All right, we're about ready to get on in. So let's get on in here and take it for a spin.
Let's go.
And here we go. We are sitting in Guy Wright's car and going to take this 69 Corvette for a little spin. And let's see what she would do. Guy, I got my seatbelts on. Seatbelts were standard equipment in 69, right?
Shoulder harnesses weren't.
Yeah, I don't even think they even thought of shoulder harnesses back then. But we're not going to tell anybody where we are. I love this. There's just something about the sound and being inside a Corvette.
Well, it's any muscle car is what I enjoy.
don't forget, Guy, you do not have power brakes. I just thought
Exactly.
that I'd remind you of that.
Keep reminding me. I'm not going to run up on somebody.
This is beautiful. Again, December 26th in Augusta County, Virginia, with the top down on Guy Wright's 1969 Chevrolet Corvette. What a beautiful day. Close to 70 degrees out here today. And it just doesn't get like this very often here in this part of the country.
No, it doesn't. Love it.
But it is today, and we had a chance to take this baby for a ride. You got to feel the power of that 350 horsepower going through all 4 speeds. Guy, this has been a great ride. This is awesome. So go ahead and take us home, and we'll finish this thing out here for today. And again, we are in Augusta County, Virginia, and we are interviewing Guy Wright in his 1969 Chevrolet Corvette. Guy, thank you so much for allowing us to take the time so we can learn a little bit more about this beautiful car.
My pleasure, Mike.
Okay, the exterior, interior, the engine. Took it for a little drive and went through the gears and all that other stuff. And that's what all these videos are going to be about. We're going to go through people that are local here in the Augusta County and surrounding areas. With plenty of classic cars, some really beautiful cars around here, and we want to interview them all so you, the viewer out there, can see what we have here in this area of the country. Oh, I'm sorry, my phone's ringing here a second. Sorry, Guy, let me answer this. Yeah, hello? Guy, it's somebody that's watching this video. He wants to know if you want to sell this thing, and if so, how much you want for it.
You know, Mike, no, I have too much fun with this.
No?
No, it's not for sale.
Tell him no?
Tell them no, it's not for sale.
All right, well, sorry, sir, this car is not for sale, but maybe you can call back in, about 20 years from now, and maybe he'll reconsider, but it's not for sale.
What
All
I
right.
have to mention.
All right. Hey, thank you for being with us here today. We're going to have plenty more videos. We're just starting this thing out, so who knows what kind of car we're going to have next, but I guarantee one thing. It will be from the Augusta County area in Virginia here in the Shenandoah Valley, and it will be another beautiful car. So from Mike, the guy with the crazy white sunglasses, have a great day, and we'll be talking to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.